but say yenya into wase kakra bia na twem kakra bia sabo to this and happen. In fact, what I want to say is that emre revolution time na before to say put be inform any hope now who say they be cry back wouldn't be dwane because they were very humilious we be kind of rough so that time no emrante be bri am na nkomo mo yes samamoni ade nyina no they were not privy to those moments in desire who any man na before they share yemu otema no eni obi in this if we think say we living in the bed so be asura na so be etwe bi trade dem that was then. Now things are very different. Obia nim say or the basic human rights are protected. Yes, say info anye ni ye na so wa block kwan ya. Yes, a deadly force na omu yusu ye na say ma nipa bia akra kohwero mu nkwa no. I think say they could have minimized it. And I will pray say never before no in fact anytime bia me bisa be happen no they should find a very subtle way to solve this problem. Na say impenifo bu baby say ye pamo peteku ansa na ye tu abrichirefo mesemi nuanum nkuman so say obi kuatu a woni ne ngonko ntokwa wo so ne kaya be kono yi na tare na hu na betia na wujare eye very serious matter say who be disrespect a security personnel na wako up to extent kra say wo to bo abono ana say wo say ne ka very serious me de maka mesa ka biem say sakro man as o man ma we say ye ma ye security to pass ana so say ye ma ye security nsem a security for one more boy ho ban ye disrespect ana say ye ma on power ba for mo ya me no mienu na ye be suffer because people will come attacking us on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, because we won't show security, we won't show police. That is why we cannot say categorically say we need for and we need bim. Near emum me de be twatu ana say me de be kan asiso any na say kese me de be ma a new regional minister Titus Glover. Any or your regional minister mon confirm amunyai wow parliamentary confirm na so ma part of one no more yes confirm president aman what the dinner man won confirm na what to the baby to for about me come ya da ko fasa asem na bra ne nkami say san use parliament dey misbehave we asia
it's parliament
of an parliament no can one
are you on recess
I'm answering a question from you are you
asking questions if you
yeah who up na obisa
yeah any MC Yohani and the regional police commander o my idea papa
okay
since time I say me see here o mako beri family no mako dinkita ho akoma bo kra kan say bo yan kran kafra na omo enso akọ traditional authorities no mako kasa na omo share youth no so no makasa so since Friday has been there say peace some can be at TSC Newtown. I hope say it would prevail everlasting say you tweet to us saying na yama police for your investigation na so omo dey on report ba na say abotoye mo ba nipa nkwa de biska bia ni wase betafrache betimi akoba nemum I would recommend say adie bia ye in a form of compensation ebeboa ama omo ahwero mo nkwa especially as omo yerem ne ma ye de behwe ni mai kopem certain time abana be fro say omo ye okay no I think say it must be measured na masre pa say you know regional minister or any MC any police commander no ho agi media almost one committee bi na omon hwe niema sa numacc ye the root cause or the police for your investigation there but they should find a friend saying a fact finding committee na ye nhwe se be ya next year ye kokplajuwa asem si insensibio because you are not careful e be sie e ba ne saying the koba ne saying one na ye die ye blame obia ne mo ye hwe na ye atoto ho say the following year na the next times like be sa festival no sa na si engogo sibio.
Thank you. Mame Enche say metumi akenkan comment kakra page her power say look at who is advising people about violence. You were in parliament causing trouble, chewing ballot papers like what violence is more than that?
Causing trouble. I was protecting my rights. I was protecting my rights.
The MPP inside you was bigger than the Ghana inside
Odanka Kwekru says the NDC thinks the military will watch them to destroy Ghana. Then it's a joke. Why is it that anytime there is violent crashes with security personnel, it happens mostly NDC strongholds? Oh, really? TK from Tema Community 1 side 20. This Navy men in Tema don't respect the people in Tema Newtown at all. Because of their uniform, they use it to take advantage. They use the uniform to intimidate the indigenous, impregnate the girls in the town too, because the guns are afraid of them. I see. Honorable Watara Masaman says that okay, what's any birthday? Okay, happy birthday to you, Honorable Watara. I didn't cross an article. Let me just young second topic. Ben, because MPP primaries are over the weekend war, just so any Agona Westing lawyer Mamen Skepeona main call for on that issue. Then you start with the economy. Why? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm say
we want to start with lawyer. And you don't know
Carlos, it escaped me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
what's the no new one? So
what's it?
I said that be
the
Bantini okay. MPP, we are known for democratic abilities. No matter what it is, we make sure say every faction within the confines of our body politic is satisfied when it happens. It so happens, say, as a take a certain a chat a certain part. Now, for the cryardos. So because we are in yeah.
Now all of SHS Muyamiano.
I'm crazy. I'm saying and Chebiana or done in any na and what we in 1 week after some time. Yeah, National Executive Committee at the dates by 1 month person understanding because easy adding a date by for election, which is the 30th of this month. Internet is a pedate, be candidate. Now we crimes and Kawudri and Humpoa and Kanisenka NDC for and as a parties now Kanama easy for Boka and Agana Boka. On more about the Kase Gun and Niska. On more about the Kase, you hear BBC, you hear BBC. On more the Kase, there is guy any man who here. Now so a doom rare, you bet me a save Sikabi. Now, boy, man, I did before, and you only be one who he enfenkada. Yeah, the reason is very simple. More than one say a Jiso constituency. Simple, impo. Yanya campaign cry. Yanya campaign, see any campaign cry. There's no way any other party can win apart from MPP. She numbers no, she figures no. Yes, because we want to deepen democracy, we have to go through the process. Name mom say come NDC ni, and there be a man no demo say Ghana yeding. There be a me preach say Ekufuado, and na buying omo nyusu sika yi. And now say yama economy no aye hwan omo no mo kana. Aka this is the time when you be take the opportunity. Aka say Ghana for just because of the fact say Ghana yeding and say yenya sika fanya nyema bi asiade ye onwo nsem keka ne bia je me pese kra me repeat wa enu nti no eje so by election no You say NPP 4 seater, you say MPP 4 ebe winning. Into yen kubi, yen first can go before. And remember Ghana for a dream who say, I'm pending a pa moye, a man who dream for. Now we my yama easy a shed detail go to be easy at the budget.
A check constitution is a na. Make us a by election as a constitution.
Sister. Say NDC between you say okay electoral commission the data ba name yenko because you say sitting MPP 4 there
you still have gone for primaries
and then I say no come on can say omo lawless they don't want to fulfill the
they lawless
constitution
me na me dem ho na me say be a political party me nko election lawless anya lawless yeah anya lawless but say we matna ho
ye ni say ye ni sika nyina niam bi ho ase egusu ayeye we pe na ye de ni sika ayeye
we pe e na omo take part in the expenditure no o me bia kasa expenditure no and etwe nko to be mo first kan ko e be foforo
but they omo take part na de aban de be koso aye
ene wona o kire say enye ade papa but ye de say ade papa unless o be bia point ba ko na me ni bia
Bible say blessed are your eyes that can see in shiny when
catch me any bia man nsu
me ma Bible
is a question what me to aso enti ne me pa kire ni say nanu a isi for the update by na nipa na you muti say ombeko mpani ampa ye ko beti no yesi omu nyina nko enre yala se memende o makwa election ma yi second vice chairman for the constituency lawyer Boating very astute personality and also intelligent guy lawyer why party no nyuma bebre I mean that you can actually recount and he said now na obi express obebo ananya no obi express say tu akotre be betwe obia ma peace emra ejeso na yen nyina yen rally ahoden fani lo aboate achi na yen konkoji seat no massively bio no mra parliament ya
asa aguna west wo de ne de won hye dan nyam focus sa ada na ejeso de interest na nipa na free
wo pese be jai kasa na se menwi
asa me be ko foforo
se menwi ya
otam na so
sa ti nya kasa okay me jai me akadua me kasa afena beko
ya o se wo jai
you want to
be nyai
ana
yeah that's
obi traders na no kopro bi de o ana mi dida no stop ni say onya de o chen na ndi ogina ne ho na kwa no ja no trans ndi mi later ne kutwa ho akoba no say akwa nto ontro was ontra de nana was say me hwe was ma me hwe ndi ma ja we bi no tia oyi anam ho mpa yaka
yeah
mpa yaka that's also onya de on sa power jan
it was one of the most peaceful primaries yeah elections
aguna west and I still ejeso
I mean yeah una zo ba chem ne menkana
na so
mama otu mama aguna west mama wa ejeso una so dia peaceful na na abro nya ni abre na
eno de na de bia ohun ya nko yi e na ode tudwa onu aboye
ode tudwa sa keke
na ye ndey what is all the paper about petition
me videos nchira o
ana say video
me videos nchira o
there be yeah what is all the paper be about to say
paper my but
any that's no
abroad on chiro
video so dey asem tudwa anti fa just forget it abroad west be in fact mama nchia na me kan chiro say me de me nuano ne o na me wo me ko say Friday
o support
the whole of Friday incumbent on say your problem ni say
mamly
yes
okay
your problem ni say nipa bebre na every parliament this time omonko bi be 20 and be 28 so ye kwato aba no omlusu ye
okay
enti na important say we have 48 na omulus almost omonko bi mu no anasa omalusu anasa wanko bi mu na a lot of them are continuing 4 years 5 years for no experience attach here benito
and 5 years 5 terms 4 terms
good 5 terms and the some penifo na omunimu de no obi amu no omanko bio enti ama sesi ese omamuye omba first term no onoma do so akachire it is something na aka no it is anye careful ebeji ensem e wo parliament kire se NDC for no
be to experience
yes NDC for omba 1992 omda so
okay
5 terms 8 terms 9 terms na yabem edunti no it is incumbent upon the party to ensure say nke be ye bibi be protect continuing for, especially nipa be briave draw almost on Kubiwa, omnomia experience hands. As I walk parliamentary debate biya no, and this for no Edian Mukai. Oba committees, Mimi committees says, I may catch all and this for me committee so. Now that 2 years for IFS 10 for now. 10 biya no, omo upper hand. Why? Because of experience in parliament. We needed that experience in parliament. In the Amaya course, you appeal to almost and retaining family. Now, especially so say a ma, because a ma what parliament no more MPP say 20. You got to about we any woman could be 8 the free moon, and then mammy I become 9
So
and 11. When him say a man being a baby or near the idea. The problem say we wanted Aguna West to maintain Mamley.
Okay.
But unfortunately, almost say and yes, I know my dream. The things it has come to that point. They say almost a sabaton. Okay, you know MPP for say Mufo say.
Mamley, where any term saying the first term, the second term, and Kobe
third term.
Okay.
And the FO say will be for prohibited lead aqua. Yet in here and say, Yamamia war. Na Yeniano.
Thank you.
My
economy. Okay, lawyer.
One and a double time.
Yeah, MPP primaries there.
Who level for more hygiene?
MPP primaries. Abuna in West.
West.
That's the central region, right?
Yep.
Anyway, I didn't even know because I want to come on
no, na come say na one Francis B wo issues into the Kodan party into last week now omo National Executive Committee meeting no omo kan so omo clear sa nipa no na nti omo betimi akọ unfortunately sa nipa no so enyanso
ayo send nanya and about say no yes ya number ni say etenti and kan just about from fan good dance we dey who born literal meaning the answer we dey etenti na anenka no baby abafako but nyina ye me mom dey maka you see ya na argument say oh I also we experience people in parliament the experience no for the woman say omoko thank you in this wokọ na wunya ye dia
so wo ho no
na tell say etwasa obi so ba ho no bi so benya say experience no so bi
na wonya na one time na wokọ
okay and you see me kwa de menyen to say we MP I mean kwa we need limit in my opinion our constitution should be reviewed in such a way say there should be a cut-off time for the MPs as well. So there you work cut-off time for
how many times?
On sharing the idea of here experience, hands and brain.
Experience, no, or such a man that was non parliament. Okoho, I know the experience. Oh no, Carlos, no, Okoho, I know the end. Mobilization,
who say I feel any pandemic experience about could be near free more, but a bedroom baby no. Now some more experience in a do one free. And I say Abba fresh. So Abba fresh is going to experience in Ibisa. Now
you are there. Yes, me one
will be anywhere.
You see what I'm talking about?
Senior, I see on this matter. I don't say.
How many times are you the same school?
Oh, at most 3 is fine.
3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is 12 years.
For Supreme Court.
Okay.
Okay. In my opinion, I don't dare say, oh, I will not even challenge it at the Supreme Court. Maybe the answer that should be.
Me, also him say here, or party here, or service, or parliament here, experience answer. So be sure constituency one of now, Mama on quite a corner to our German.
Send yes, I'm from a channel to us.
Exactly.
Into would Subano on the yard would better constituency one. And I bet there's a one go from the bus more musical. And another
experience in your paint.
No, I don't want to experience. We should buy no matter to any other title in
okay.
Constituency for the one more experience. I would. That's why they can say the James Abuzaga is in Zoom to come to Zoom. Especially in go back.
A delegate no mo shebi on so na say osika mu duro both sides now. We are delegates.
And there's a work bum for front one.
We they have a way to protect
and they
do well with
that. I say who's after you want to mean Piacasiana. Also, a run video.
You're rapping.
Oh, a radio video on consensus was one man home because I'm not a walker. Or quite 1,000 Ghana cry. It's going like a competition by ya. I go what happened? Competition was my runner for come on good now. No, I see or check us at that time better. Me, sometimes make us on one to make us on. Was it agenda? As at no means, we are not running a 7 Ghana. ti ogo enu kwa no ko mu chairman na petre na so am na tin balance am na 2000
okay we
me best ke pro no ma ko ben wo we dey now unya wa bi so
how dey understand but yan jump to John ho I mean Evenson I just said the end there. I mean, I disagree with Honorable Carlson. So, and money be okay. I say, NDC for now more primaries. Send this for Mboka. Relax.
Miss one mommy I call by election on the 30th.
Okay, by election. So NDC for Ekasi M by election be mponwa. You still would have gone for a primaries. Primaries in and I'm going no community. You by election.
I don't national cake. Primaries national cake. The idea you. When you parties. Kaska you trouble easy.
So parties. But
then we.
Dem tiasa na mpeno a. Ni nyina mu no. Anka mboko primaries akoyobi. Enipa nkron enso na enipa za. Say 9. Almost 9. Good. Enipa nkron na ejina. Enipa nkron ejina. E dia mu hia ba ko so obedi constituency ni na.
Okay.
So primaries na mokoya weekend na e dia aka mbayo.
About me.
E dia aka mbayo.
Nti am ko by election kra nka omobe yi obi.
Exactly.
For December.
So dey ya yesika.
E dia mbayo obi.
But they can't buy sick.
Obi makoyie ena no ho atade. By election no so. Ona say by election yen ko do so. Any secondary matter. But I know so yen tiase say a constitutional directive. Say obi free mu as an MP ya penance name. Especially where I said the brand independent free mu na less than 6 months or so to the elections.
But most especially mu nim say de no mo kwa mu nya no. Sometimes niam bebre ye mre bebre nyina na edi so. See e betimi aka say ebra e we mu kasa aban entiti ni amaso ntimu so be kasa o ye part e so e dey bo an say ye mpese o ma
ye no so. Se say dey wo mu na ekopo bi obedi o manim wada o na da obi e ba election.
Say enka ba election no eni wa enko mo nko pre obi sesi e.
But they still need somebody there.
They will do it, but don't now. This was a pressure dog.
But they will still do it by primaries. Whether now or future, you still go by primaries and do it. It still doesn't matter whether say we are not
buying cake, no.
But in the program, you see,
I'll see if I go to
that kind of misbehavior, as on best and will be never because I brought you there now. I mean, the video. But let me commend the police officer now. Minimum one district commander or whatever. There was one senior officer they only pushing inside man ma. Question ma okra. Minimum arakuda na ko kope was area ho no. We ni na akwa say we nya say em say so na say ma me nya. Na ba akwa na osu na won go elections na go na wusu.
Ejisu bro.
Wasn't in the G.
Akwasinya 35.
Oh, national osu hu ni bi na osu.
Oh, Debbie.
Who here? I'm from one of my friends now to watch.
What's the far?
Who go elections now go here? What there? You know you be able.
Ya na ni hunam na na ye ni.
Oh, yari, of hospital crowd.
One gas of now.
O say.
One gas of now.
Why investments on question?
Investment, one of investment. Yet na you. Eh. One dey na you be able. Ya. Bibiam ye na we. One there, the bamba ko don kwan wa ni ba bi odi bedura na no de aduro no o nyina wa na de yempon.
Thank you.
Ye ni bi better brand no wini ye no I mean as a colleague lawyer there mama mon emani trinkwa na ye nkanche say ye twen no ene de ono so de baba na ebi hu a ene ho so ntuma ne be pede afra.
Ben Ejeso Agona West MPP primaries.
Ya na me nim say NDC for and we are the governing law for elections in this country. Na obia oye juma na oye member of parliament. Omo shemra e parliament. Onimra yede eto elections and yede shishe elections mu nsa.
By force.
Na one of the things I know is by force. But one of the things I know is the NDC announcing say omo and contested elections no and say the Electoral Commission will not go and conduct the elections. Into whatever it is, there will still be the Electoral Commission going to perform its duties.
Good.
What you say? Into the Electoral Commission will conduct its elections.
Okay. Even if parties looking at our economic situation,
the Electoral Commission will have to conduct the elections.
Because Constitution is shown.
How do you declare a candidate a winner?
Okay.
In fact, there will be a yes and no. Say your own wo any no. So, sir.
Okay.
Yes. So the Electoral Commission will still perform that function.
Yeah.
That our member of parliament should know this and stop blaming other political parties for the economic mess that we find ourselves in. Economic messy. And yeah, President Akufo-Addo anymore. And I'm a buy. And to say economy in Korea, you don't somersault and start blaming people. Say, we know in Kebet me up preserve Sikana, reserve Sikani, the say. The second important thing is, yeah, me, I got 2 shocks. The first shock has to do with Cynthia Morrison.
Minister.
A minister. When you say Cynthia, Ejuma why ye? Now, when the schools work, isn't it?
No, it's here schools in Dansuma areas.
I know you're
Antidia, but no school you
but she is seen as the one taking care of the schools in Accra.
Well,
so that's how I
don't know about that.
Do you understand? No schools was Swedru and many other places. And she has contributed enormous to the education of most of these people in their deprivation. The lady that I know, me by friend, oh Cynthia, now I see me say, oh, burn your face. Okay, Dana make Electoral Commission for the first time. Jean Mensa, the police in soldiers and Omobaya, they were doing frisking and Sanebeko. Then I described the policeman standing at the back of the EC chairperson, said he was bonyo faced. And oh, baby, I not see bonyo face. Time na ye levy demonstration. Ni amoko ye kick effaso no na yetna parliament near the parliament ni
the Germans are going to
Syria demonstrator asma walking ayode
nti yeah she was one of the people that will stop by
Bragia going for demonstration
mo kan economy ana
da be omo na omo kasa no ma ha obi a
nti omo na make am come here na cho
nti clearly I thought the woman was working hard until the results now me hu ye no. Naturally said, of the 5 people, she was 5th.
Hey.
Oh yes.
Onya
152. First person in 240 votes.
Okay.
Second person 221 votes. Atano.
Okay.
The third person got 168 votes. And the fourth person got 155 votes.
Now the popularity now.
Inti ono awoye incumbent no got 152 votes. Inti
ontia.
The popularity now perform sir.
I am shocked. And because of a winty. Look at the time MPP or movie or more primaries. No my chance because they were back and forth. No my yes or movie no more kon so no. Unfortunate for both of them. They did not win.
Yeah.
Inti it is well I think she has played her part. While Dean Kunim, Ediama MPP in the Agona West. And the party decided to take him out. Nianana and Sweni, and they said, after she lost, they were booing at her. Oh yes.
They
were booing at her. But when I was sumo, to enable you win the constituency 2 times. We and only Juma for 8 years. For anything at all, she sacrificed time and resources. Now you come and boo the person in the manner that you did. Well, that is the spirit of democracy, and I know that she will take it with. But in other jurisdictions, yeah. So when you say, Carlos, in other jurisdictions, when you say elections are serious matters. Into Okoye elections here or Lucy, there would have been psychologists assigned to her so that they can calm her and let her accept and transition well.
Nikuno, a master psychologist.
I'm saying that, well, I don't know that as a person, but I'm just saying that we take many things for granted. And sometimes, Nipabiko elections be with the kind of confidence on what they call, then they go and lose. One show ya. Soon Beba to say Kwesi Nyantechi was doing.
Kwesi Nyantechi because of Lucy. Was because of Lucy. Was Munya Sadiano. I don't papa mama no hunto no krasi.
Just na me Babeka. I just linked it, but they don't want me to talk. The first two candidates whose names came up, Mame Abronya, and Ekwesi Nyantechi. I'm posters never first, and they were the first two.
How did you know?
Can one say me?
Inti Bakunya 30.
35.
And Ejiso 35. Question and taking 35.
That one is not necessary. The one you're going to say is not necessary.
And what you are doing is not necessary. Keep quiet.
Thank you. Headman.
Science teacher, we're very good geek.
Bakunya. That's Ejiso Bruni. Onyashi 0. Ejiso Bruni. Onya 0. Meanwhile, she has contested the elections in Ejuso 5 different occasions.
Oh, no 0 pa.
1-0. 5 different occasions. Next year, Sikano or Mutu and Nedos.
One chair.
Onibi.
Kafra.
Bad or war. In India.
I will be the president. Very scared with you.
Oh, no, Obedi Baba. What the Baba met you. So, evidently, near Kosuno was something bad. Minya penny Kwesi Nyantechi. Yeah, na make say or your mini opinion. People don't understand. Their mother is from Wa, from the community I grew up from. You know, Kwesi Nyantechi was our big brother.
Okay.
On him Maswell could not do Maswell could not do Munina. They were our big brothers. Clearly, na papa yi esi okwa contested. Na ono ankasa ne kasem wa ya ono ankasa undercut, because nobody asked you about number 12. Now work about number 12 when Captain Smart kasa na o ka kire say anas ye corrupt o ma obi engine ndi na o ma meet 100,000 na o pay $150,000 nti meet 100,000 e dey man a lawyer no so anas only lawyer we o munya adwumada na lawyer maybe sir. The person who gives and the person who takes,
they are all guilty.
Lawyer me awanu ben no nim say ni nyina to both the give and the take aka wasem na.
And yes sir. Bribery no. Into what you to publicly. Say utu aye.
Agri.
Nipa no krampa o say utu aye no e man no. O say wan gi sika bia fu. Na ye can o say the command a lawyer. Papa no so o say o lawyer no. Omo say omo fa no da. Why would you, as a lawyer who is supposed to be defending your clients, go and start talking things that you know that you are even deepening your own crisis?
Thank you.
And I think that Niesi, you know, it has further reduced his integrity, because the outcome no doesn't merit the stature Kwesi Nyantechi has in Africa, in world football, and of course in Ghana, because here you baby. Now you go into an election without doing the proper analysis and go and get these few numbers and fata. Even the cause of that, Okoyare, not to say no one did it if you are not paid, so you had to collapse. It means that you are not cut for the job of politics, so you don't understand how it is done. Carlos has never collapsed.
KG Tete said the level of brutality is being unleashed on the citizens by the so-called security services in this failed country called Ghana may eventually lead to the Arab Spring when the youth of this country finally arrive. If that is what our horrible leaders want, then they should be ready to welcome it when it arrives. Nobody wants that. Kwamina acidity, I have for change. We thank God NDC has boycotted the Juso by-election. It's a good one, or it's good in the right direction. Fantastic Wilberforce, so the NPP government led by Nanado came to power in 2016 with a promise to fight corruption and restore public trust in governance. However, after more than 7 years in office, the government has failed to deliver on its promises. It has been accused of shielding corrupt officials from prosecution, interfering with the work of independent institutions such as the OSP and the Auditor General, and appointing loyalists and relatives to key positions. The government has faced several allegations of mismanagement, embezzlement, nepotism, cronyism, bribery, and conflict of interest involving ministers, MPs, party officials, and presidential staffers. Fantastic Wilberforce says she has signed so. One American. Joseph Addison, good morning, sir. He says always fight among the passengers of Ashaiman and the drivers because of the new fare. GPRT boss should say something to the Ashaiman branch. Ashaiman branch, we beg you. Alhaji Ibrahim Abbas Moro Ekache Nano say new fares be my Wednesday no mbeko ukwadana ombesian meeting nti ehɔ na ebehu de ebekɔ so nti esremu a shaman UPRT abotre esremu. Jimmy Lambert, Mahama will come again. NPP has failed. Watching live from UK. Okay, so you be fire last topic, you know. Now said the mu the one shall last topic, you know, 5 minutes. Memo mu nya bia. Saying matches are she. IMF okay is $360 million. Enu neja wo mu ma wo. Kofo me wu no. Enu eja dibo. IMF okay is $360 million for Ghana. And Professor Lord Mensah, University of Ghana Business School says economy there as say na yen share depreciation of the cedi enyen sunsan so of fangobo eso yen lawyer.
All right. Yeah, me that's economy 7 there. So yes I can penny say adagye beboye economy adagye beboye free say ye hwe ba bia Ghana na nka ye gina na enipa bi ma yete ase ese ba bi ye gina no ehọ nya bia yepa ne momwom na ewa hoden ene nimdua wo mo betumi ede yakọ akristo baka se bosha sase so na nne saafo na bedi akonwa na ba bi ye man wo matam ye akoto ato agu no asefim fi se wo bedi akonwa yim na na kufu ado Dr. Bawumia bedi akonwa bepem na eniema economically ebi nsisi da esisi ayetehune but we were made to believe sir a basic kasam hu totie ne hu nimde de a Ghana ha wo mo se wo mo pe anomo in this wo mo pe anomo wo de then the question is e ba na san na yegina tete bia ye wo mu nei ya wo mfa mfra se efi baby wo bia e fa na ye say owura kwaku kwati na na do ban ba so na wo deputy finance minister very good nani mu asem ne wo say our own incompetence and reckless spending is to blame for our current economic woes, not external factors.
Now, our no. Now you sure say our say MPP pay Saban also announcing our as the nation Ghana.
Okay, so then for you to know say our say aban we no, I will refer you to IMF position B.
Okay.
Sorry, World Bank position. Around 2020. And IMF, sorry, World Bank rather. I started borrow Ghana koko say. Yen check your spending and your borrowing. Because the rate you see borrow and say you spending AC crown. Yan sure ya Ghana ba than a debt distressed country. Omo decide one in 2020. Yeah. Aban ya otunu for an fai. Nyansa bo kwa ban ya onu bibia no bia ya ka yen nim hwe no nkwa ne mu. Enti ezefutu. Eto koso brobo sia ne gumu a. Then June 2022. Ana World Bank na samba bi say failure we declare Ghana say Ghana a debt distressed country ye lucky and free international market ayentimi nkwama no nkopesika bi ehọ ni IMF ya ekoyi so we na say awa na no ka no eye ban we ya te hunde ba omia kufa do ban ya asema no ka na ebo mutichi no free so abaka say dan chemo yentimi nkwadi na chinyi ma na ye da ansoma o ya enche bebre IMF be ma eti ase say your foreign reserve Ghana yewo it is almost empty. One can say we in April 2023 last year. Oman bia wo sika bia certain bia wo de tu achi. Say sika na friend say foreign reserve. Na ya say sika no e sika on time fa won senka. Wo de tu achi sa wo kwa ahunyihi a aboro sumu a. Ana wo de say ana akosi sika no so. Na say sika na mprepie no oman bia no wo say when you bet me a show, so to me, the bit my show Bible where you get that very well situation. Secure my show Bible, yeah, for whatever reason aban wait me spend ye de no amedu ba bi na sika na aka no IMF for me tell say sika aka no aba ye ho bra kra na ye na out me nipa 2 weeks and say sika bi ma hwe it one target so say Ghana's foreign reserve is almost empty e bin see that wo fa no to IMF asan ba bi mbeka asem bi kire Ghana for say your problem ayewo in May 18th 2020 last year was say the announcement about IMF no ade ba ko di makotene eye overspending sika ye di ayanwene ho ye tu sika tu gu sen sika eye ni ma hu hia eno ni ade ba ko ade be pie woni mu na ya ba wo mo chese ye be pem wana se besia abofiri wo nsam because obi etim mo ye besia bi. So where we are today, no, it is true that this reckless group of people are a situation, no lifestyle, live and any governance style, and they could do on it. Share currency depreciation, Dr.
Professor Lord Mensa.
Sorry, Professor Lord Mensa. Bossy. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia catch the Ghana for you say was where your fundamentals are weak. Adia ba ko pa na expose ma obia ni wonyina be hu say fundamentals are weak was say no ne exchange rate say usika wo oman Ghana wo sika ene amanane de no entimi nko enyina etipen na ma ko ahwode etra no nyonko ya amanane de no ahwode tra ya de no a eno tra say fundamentals o ekura sika se bunu no foundation e weak was where your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. And $7 $1 new for cedis. $1 to cedis. What's Sunday new for Ghana cedis? And $1 about 14 cedis almost. 14 cedis almost. The so-called economic messiah no okambro for kese and my lectures no atra was say so person who the your currency depreciate or my lectures no san share link say well was our can't tia no ko download this information on the actual link so no be kan who the your currency depreciate one want me can send note na am yezika no buy me and now what was he is just a mere driver's mate now to the best of my knowledge mates for end time go driving school. And the same mate we ya wono akinya publishing notes some confonking kan amena mafo akan afeli onu mu akan afeli what do my name we shan nsa Ghana will be nothing to write him about me dey ko anim ya oh ada 5 minutes na so this here
apa hon post o 7 no me ma 7 obi abenya 7
all right so mama ko anim ade ba ko a re and I am for someone my son ya or more provision am I 360 million and we are happy. Yeah, 360 million we are happy. Aban we betena konya so 2018 19 20 21 oka say mfie nan bu mu a bond marketing ko asika wonya ye nyina oka nyina bu ma $11 billion 11 billion 2018 waje 2 billion 19 waje 3 20 waje 3 2021 waje 3 billion cedis each year afibia mo waje 3 billion and na ya man 3 billion no for 3 years and ya chene sini and na baje tro adacha baje kapre and no na ni age ho se wo ma ya de they are happy with $360 million and mponya meduru you that now be approved.
Thank you.
And they are waiting for this. So if you look at how reckless and incompetent this government has been, there is nothing for any Ghanaian to think about. Say, but Umia is somebody who can change things around. For that reason, we should give him a try or even a chance. It should never happen.
Ben, on the economy, $360 million neighbor now. So Prof. Queen say economy na ajiego. Prof. Lord Mensa.
Lord Mensa.
Yes, thank you.
IMF ebeye bibia ebema omudin apeja enti se IMF ebeye bibia ebema omudin apeja if he say from Argentina to Zambia, from Angola to Zimbabwe, IMF policy prescriptions are more adiama we are say economies nyina no omuvia o eka se o fi IMF mu na won say tokoro na eda ho no eso just was an IMF. Inti IMF entimi amma solution in any country from Bolivia to anywhere. Etimi aye ejuma. Nia IMF ometimi aye pa ewe wiase ne se. Time bia oman bia beko IMF ana World Bank no. Eya omuma otufu.
Motire.
Advisor.
Omuma ofutuo.
Okay. Omuma ofutuo no a ombeka kire se aban no a mo wonu monko enkoton nuama state access. Ajapade no monton. Ne to so mienu nipa dudua na aban etu omoka ana omoye adwuma ma aban no montwa so. Ne to so miensa mo ahwe mo your friends and revenue handles no tax to revenue and tax to GDP no da form into one page so. That has been the constant refrain of the IMF and the World Bank, affectionately called Bretton Woods institutions. Ghana dear, yasem no krampo I am mobo dodo. I am mobo no say at a point omuka say we have to do structural adjustment program. That's that time no Ghana baba import substitution industries. Into the state was participating in the generation of industries. Omobai almost say dabio montong nyama bebre. Into your structural adjustment. Omoka say economic recovery program. Ye course economic recovery program unim ni omoka kire ye. Omo say economic recovery aye baba ye. E de how any ehia ebeba. Ohia is it ohia? Poverty.
Yeah.
Into omo the program bi eba abe bua ohia yedebano. They brought in PAMS card, program of adjustment to mitigate the social cost of adjustment. PAMS card. Now PAMS card no more they buy no more may free goods and yes sir give us vehicles and chebi and PAMS card. We ran out of PAMS card. When we ran out of the program to mitigate the social cost of adjustment, not the cost of adjustment now abroso. Workers were retrenched because they have various terms. Workers were laid off. Workers were, your friend is saying, were redeployed, and all manner of terms throughout the period of going to IMF. Anytime we go to IMF, our economy continue to sink. We continue to lose the jobs. We continue to sell state assets. This IMF here, the recent one here, in an ambulance, in an emergency care unit. This IMF, emergency care unit IMF here. As soon as you call IMF, they are no moka. Nipa yedi omoka. Nipa omoto government securities. Almost me entry omoka. We have to enter into near friend domestic debt exchange. And the President Akufo-Addo was misinformed. And Obekasa said, IMF no aye kono emfa haircut mba. Domestic exchange ya yeko emfa haircut mba. Ya kasa o say emfa haircut mba. Until Ghana yeko IMF modi conditionalities any bibia ba. And then we had to do domestic debt exchange. Or see, yeka say IMF domestic debt exchange, you know, at the haircut beba emfa haircut mba. Na niye woman say principal will be intact, but we interest any other benefit, you know.
Na conditions no IMF na de buy na ye na suggest.
No, it is
this is how we want to do our corrections.
IMF bought it because they said that if you don't do this, why? The IMF has to wait for us to even go outside of Ghana to meet our international creditors. And that niya yene omubeka niya yebeji etum will inform say IMF bemeska na omumesika. What is the meaning of that? That they have said this, if you don't do it, you cannot get the conditions and get your money.
I see.
And so, and then, are you surprised that the IMF has simply released the third tranche, or they are about to release the third tranche? Because, why? President Akufo-Addo is refusing to sign the proper human sexual rights law and Ghanaian family values. Nienti a on signing say Minister of Finance actual letter, love letter the man say o signing a sasike emba into president men sign it. So we are sitting here to get peanuts from IMF and Bretton Woods institutions in order to compromise our culture and our traditions. President Akufo-Addo say, "Mo file a crampo bill no no, let alone sign it." So I am not surprised that the IMF is saying we are doing well, but it is not for IMF to tell us we are doing well. Okay. Because you come Malata ni economics for her. It is not IMF that will come to Malata to come and do Malata inflation MIA. So what I say, because what we buy in the market, how we feel, will determine whether we are doing well or not.
Thank you.
Finally, yeah, I want to say many projects have been stalled. If your constituency, through Tema, through the Junction Mall, all the way to Accra.
Projects.
Road projects.
Road projects. They stalled them. Almost say yet to us. Installing them no didn't because say old
Don't they know yet 2 years of roads in so?
That year of roads na 2019.
Obi chebi interchange na omo ye no. Omo da so ye juma. Omo da so ye juma.
Me fa watch.
They are packed. Because it's part of the project that they have to stall so that at least sikana anka ye de be ko no na ada so that we don't pay debts. But you have forgotten that as when you start the project and you stall, the next time you are coming to restart, it's almost like starting afresh. So the IMF will advise us this way. Na ochina ye ba beto aso no na esikano akoso, and they will find the companies that will give us money. Yenye sikano will continue to be in debt.
Honorable.
Yeah, that's well, my main congratulate me finance ministry ni one more we in charge.
Wo finance ministry. E wo kalukin.
My buying. No, person we na. Yeah.
Simple person that will come in finance ministry.
No, so buying belong to. My buying it so.
Yeah, you belong to a
bunch of Kaloki ministry. You we
papa to can be business. I say hey, you na buying government.
What over can say you na buying? What say me my buying? What catch you? But the important thing is
and then go buying no and one waka.
So soon we want to.
The most important thing is oh my yard. In fact, and she say when the IMF starting so up to this point.
Incident na obo ma baso ho.
O me bo amazo mo tumi this will qualify for IMF franchise.
Almost signing the proper sexual human rights law.
You see, my
idea so much me nya bosia no.
Omo body idea so much. Be say na si nya dada. Na mu hihye a omo to wo say. Oduru ha me ma so do me so matumi di so. So mo ban na nka ehwe na nka staff level, board level near the motion na undu one yen first can fema. Oman bia ehia forex and as a foreign exchange. Oman bia ehia be to as it were support the budget and also pay off the forex debts. Make the near papa kan say sia no di catch to e ba be shemu a. Ye course ahun here IMF it to me kadi some go down say man so yemu an ho kire because one baby an ke be kwa akonya forex ye de atua anyoma ese ye de tuatua no almost mo man skebio nti hia say sa futuo ya boto ma man bia o ye contributor se ne ko yin mo betumi aba bagibi mo man bia ye ho be kire ya at that time more than 100 countries menu ka say have gone to IMF to seek this support. Why? Because so about COVID it me a weaken a lot of economies in this world. Russia and Ukraine so talk about can. Economies be bree it will be as a from. Yet ikrom hanamo. Yeni your friend is saying COVID am na say yeni santo kwanto koso. As you want here kumu de sumu be 5 years. Yeah. And they are no say. No matter how difficult it is, and I say no matter how Ghana for there are certain basic social interventions that they are still in place. And for me, if you ask me, my question business say NDC 4 years had the deal with na. On person and say, okay, MPP anya de mumfa yemna. Mo beti petrol so. Mo beti exchange rate so. Mo beti a friend say then I'm up then I'm over differently. There is no way NDC will come and name in your say record 14 Ghana cedis. Is he telling me say NDC for Babemwa on even 10 cedis and 9 cedis? It will go to 30 something. Because I know say NDC incompetence, no, it is still there. Yeah. And there's no way anybody can reverse that sad trend here with me to, you know, as a way sit here, understand anywhere and boost. Baby, I drone the whole world and it faces a friend say problem see. A better importance say you know the drink crab boom. Night me about more say yeah ade ebema o man no enya fa hodie every sa problems e wo mu. Sa projects here menua Benadeka ho asemi. Contractors they jai for just one simple reason. Contractors
government now stop them.
No, government will stop. Let me explain to you. You kwa hu hear me.
Yeah, then a contractor jai abra usu nim say utua ne ka.
Say what change me explanation. Once you call IMF say look, in order for us to get this done, we need to go to foreign foreign debt forgiveness. Ain't yes, started say
DDP and now you foreign
DDP domestic.
But you didn't for FDP foreign debt exchange
debt forgiveness. No,
they are not forgiving.
IMF kasa lead charge.
Forgiveness.
Well, at the point they asked for forgiveness.
No, it's
Paris Club they didn't. We asked for forgiveness,
and they didn't give.
Chinese government wasn't buying into friends IMF requesting. At the point no, omo babeka say, well, say a car mo dey emu ntumi ntua. Na say no kra mo pese me chemu bidia. Other than say me pia mo ogum. Enti contract dey bia no. But mo hold on answer because already no, so me ka 100,000. Now pese me chow 40,000 film. Not only 60,000. Me say pia bi eguma say. This is the reason why you see say almost all these contracts no Astoli, because we were asking for those countries now. No more money in loan no for some restructure and I say some forgiveness and basically it stands to reason say Ukruku and as or mine or my service or bepe coin be so na or the I should kai and I say a cow bebono what we have to so. But be that as it mean, we cannot see yet win turn moon kase MPP aban bibriba ya ye wo Ghana ha wo bia ni tua ene ya launch performance tracker me pese obia o pese ohunu ade ya ye na won ko
performance tracker not ya
obia o pese ohun ade ya ye e won tracker
honorable koso
obia o pese ohun ade ya ye e wo praise me to the mic no mama
that the ono aka
the thing is for you to go
67 projects na and mo wi dey say
67 pe mo de book ya can asem what I want Daniel to understand is no can what meaning no can 67 pe da worker who the whole book reading are wrong. Simple say I'm pa. But see, the most important thing they say, at least obia kachaka and na baby obia free otuwania some kind of let somebody tell me say owo sa kro iso na sa kro iso na ohun hwe anya what I want to people to understand is say there is nothing new at NDC between here if given opportunity because ye to me approve actually Ghana for say ye bet to me at the social interventions at one more no matter what difficulties they will be adjuma and they free HSS adjuma NHIS free adjuma friends saying free school feeding adjuma everything that we have brought up enguye even amidst the difficulty and the other thing now we be aka say NDC ni ebe be convention so to ma NDC
because NDC is a project
petrol ebe ba 4 Ghana cedis a gallon and 2 Ghana cedis they cannot do it babu ba be petrol be 100 cedis a gallon and that is the simple
thing petrol ni dey say mo dey campaign no enti na na petrol asema o dey campaign
one account petrol asema
why
me na make a choice say NDC nya opportunity bar it is not going to reverse anything it is rather going to increase so, because they don't have any capacity
so
but and then me person make a we will stall whatever FS a decay that is happening and we'll make sure say we don't suffer but I'm not even talking to you talk to me one problems that cause Middle East and Chebia be say petrol prices will have to go up again because right now and now Iran and Israeli there's every indication say Asembeba. Now, I am only preparing the minds of Ghanaians. Say, fuel prices certainly at the point would have to shoot up because there will be scarcity or demand will outstrip supply and we'll have that problem. Some problems in Yako through up to this point. You will say, baby, I can't young one here fertilizer efficacy, which is Ukraine, and they so if you want to sit down and compare the two parties, bisa say NDC no kasa gbegbegbegbe oba what different is it good?
Thank you, Honorable Carlos Kingsley Ahenkra, MP Tema West Onkobie, and Bernard Mona, political analyst. Obuabu ani ho se da chimbia obe primampeni edwa o my Ghanemu. Lawyer Chumberry Maye NDC communication team member. Anopemi da mo ase me de nije boma mane say Azel e de emman so clothing line aba. Rare by Azel. Rare by Azel. Enti Maka red. I said rare. Rare by Azel. Inti Pacho contact Azel. It was 0244-155-266. 0244-155-266. Oh goodness. Pacho nyame adumechna de chenshoma besiaba. Yakram. Thank you.